We're here again this week to talk to the people, to the hostile world. If you haven't been following people's, the NBA playoff round one series has been interesting in little pockets here and there. Other series are going as expected, but still got a lot of excitement to talk about. But as always, before we get into any of this discussion, we got to heal the Astro Bros cast and see how the week went, given all this basketball that has been playing. So, Hakeem, I can start with you, my brother. How has things been, man?
Everything is good. Everything is good. Had a lovely weekend. Just here, no start Monday on the grind, and I just finished a killer gym workout. So feeling,
Gee,
so feeling all pumped up. And I was about to just ready to chop it up with the guys as usual. And let's talk NBA action.
nice, nice. Rayvon, what about you, man?
Um,
Had a good weekend?
yeah, my eyes can soon turn into basketballs. Late nights, tiring. Boy, I dropped sleep at work today. My goodness, so much. um, but not too bad of a weekend. Looking forward to this long weekend coming up. We got
Mm-hmm.
4 days from Friday to Monday, which
Friday
is
to
beautiful,
Monday.
beautiful. Um,
Yep.
Shout out to the Hostler Bros for making it to episode 50. Um, you come a long
But
way.
for real,
Come a
The
long
fight,
way.
the fight,
We
the
should
fight.
be we should
Oh,
be we should be celebrating a little bit in a more dramatic fashion, but we can
that's
save that
true.
for episode 100. Well, I guess we could share. We got a special video coming out. I guess in the next couple of weeks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we plan to make do on that promise that we had amongst each other about doing a little All Star Weekend type thing with the Hostler Bros. So every tuning in.
You know who can come on top on that?
we shall see. We shall see.
Hey, we ain't got no history. This is a fresh
I,
slate.
again,
Is
Mr. Mo,
anybody's trophy to take. So,
Well,
um,
secondary school, high school is still speak for itself. So
but that means they should be on top. Hey, I should be
uh,
on top then.
I know about that. I got over here to show differently.
is a new dawn. It's a new dawn. We're coming for you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So
Things,
guys,
I guess,
yeah,
with time, things change and things rearrange. So we'll see what happened on that day.
yeah. Everyone on the stream at the moment, just keep an eye out. What you could do is just turn on that little notification bell on the channel page so you can get notified when we go live and when we post videos, and so you will get updated when we do post this new video that we got in store for you. So keep an eye
Yep.
out, and thanks for tuning in as always. Thanks for being sticking with us as we grow our way through the YouTube space. It's a little bit tough, but we're grateful for everything that all the support that we've been able to have so far. So thanks
Yep.
again.
We on the road to 500. So if you know friends and family that like to talk about this stuff or like to listen to podcasts like this, help us get to 500. We on that road. So we'll definitely appreciate the support. No, let me dive into this discussion. Like I said before, some series doing what we expected, so to speak, and then others have a little bit more interesting things to talk about. But to get us started in the discussion, let me talk about Cavs and Knicks. How have you guys find this series so far, Raybon?
The Knicks have just showcased that they. Well, let me backtrack. Let me backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Reverse.
that again. I go continue to reference this. I thought this would have been the most exciting series to watch because the team seems so evenly
Really.
matched. Seems so evenly matched. Wouldn't you agree, Hakim? Wouldn't you say that these are two
I,
teams
I,
that are
I
evenly matched?
definitely evenly matched, but I didn't think it would be the most exciting series. I had this to maybe be number three, number four on the list.
That's still pretty high. Out of eight teams. But
Yeah,
um,
that's the first half.
exactly like,
Yeah.
but still like I just felt like it would have been exciting because you have two teams. You can't say definitively who was the better team. It would make for a more intriguing matchup in my eyes. But that hasn't really been the case over these past few games. The Cavs did do what they were supposed to do and win at least something at home. They lost the first game kudos to the Knicks. So that was a great win. We talked about that in the last episode. But
Yeah.
these last two games at the Knicks, that Knicks crowd has been absolutely on fire, rocking. And I just feel like, to some extent, I just feel like the Cavs probably can't even handle the pressure of that crowd. I think, I don't know if I might be looking too deep into it, but I just feel like that plays a factor into
Mhm.
it. And the Knicks defense have been absolutely elite, holding the Knicks in the third game, I think it
Third
was.
game
Yeah,
on the 80
on the
points.
80 points. That was exceptional. Then coming back again,
Yeah.
is
That's more than
last
exceptional.
yesterday afternoon, holding them under 100 points again. So exceptional defensive prowess. Shout out to Josh Hart. He's been hooping. He's been taking the life out of Donovan Mitchell on the perimeter, making his life miserable.
11 hell.
Yep.
Yep.
Darius Garland
Man,
has
like an
been
old dog now,
yeah.
exhausted.
Darius Garland has been off and on. I guess that's his own doing. He's been the only, like, I can say, a bright spark for the Cavs so far. The Cavs
Yep.
bigs have been underwhelming more than I thought they would have been. I thought Evan Mobley would have been one of the key factors to the Cavs winning this series, where I have him as my MVP on my picks. But the picks looking kind of shaky right now, given how the series is
Kind of
going.
shit.
The Knicks up 3-1. Uh, Julius Randle last game was having an atrocious game. I'm proud of Tom Thibodeau for benching him in that last game, because sometimes I find, well, most of the time the coaches give the better players the benefit of the doubt. But sometimes it's just
Yeah.
good to rate the players that are actually performing for you at the moment, especially when those star players aren't performing the best. And
Correct.
Julius Randle specifically, to me, he's not that type of star player that is going to, like. All right, it had a bad first half. I can catch back myself in the second half. Like, only
Yeah.
the likes of KD and LeBron and those are guys Kawhi might be doing or
Yeah.
something like that. But those are the
If
guys.
it start,
Yeah, if it start bad, it's
yeah.
usually be bad all the way through.
Correct.
Um,
Correct.
but shout out to Jalen Brunson as well for hooping
Mm.
his tail
Big
off.
one.
Give me some deja vu into Donovan Mitchell, I would say, because last postseason it was Jalen Brunson that took the life from the Utah Jazz. I know he's taking with Donovan Mitchell on that team. No, he's taking the life of the Cleveland Cavaliers with Donovan Mitchell on that team
He has
again.
a he has a born to pick for Donovan
Yeah, he
Mitchell.
got personal vendetta. My goodness. So, great basketball to see. I would say, um, the Nets looking to take it home, boy.
I think they're gonna
Yeah.
get it.
Well,
I
we know
I
you think so. That was your pick for the season
That's my
for
pick.
this round. So
Yep.
it's working in your favor right now, man.
So far, it's not
I
over
feel
to the
like
fact that this is.
it's true, but I feel like the lady has some already. This series looking like a wrap. I mean, you never know what can happen, but it's looking like a wrap.
Mhm.
I'm honestly surprised that Knicks is up 3-1. I mean, watching the games at the end of it all, you're like, okay, yeah, you kind of expect it now. But leading up to the series, I never expected it. I actually have Cavs to win and Donovan Mitchell to be my MVP. But what I've grown to expect from Donovan Mitchell is that every postseason he turns up, he gets buckets, he goes off, he goes nuclear. But it's been, surprisingly, he's been held under to like 15 points, 11 points. I think last game he had about 11 points, if I'm not mistaken. So this is something that I am not
14 point. Wait,
accustomed to seeing.
no, yeah, 11
Yeah,
points.
so
11 points. You're right.
11 points, yeah,
Mhm.
11 points. So it's not something I'm accustomed to seeing Donovan Mitchell. So I think the reason the Cavs traded for him to get that explosive and that star power, and he's just not lived up to the hype. Josh Hart been playing incredible defense on him. As I said, bothering him, getting the offensive rebounds. So that's the biggest thing. Though. Their second chances has been incredible for the Knicks. And then Jalen Brunson just balling out, like flat out being a baller. So that RJ Barrett turned up in the last two games. I would say he didn't start the series hot, but the last two games he's been playing at an elite level. The reason why he was a lottery pick. Who else has been playing outstanding for the Knicks? Randall was playing okay. I'm happy he got benched in the last game. Just which was surprising, but hopefully he can bounce back in next game. It's not a good thing when you're the star player and you get benched in a playoff game and your team wins despite of you. You feel like you're happy for the win, but it's like, am I that guy? So hopefully he can bounce back, stay level. The team rallies around him and say, you know what, Randy had an off night. You'll be back. You'll be better next game. But I'm just surprised by this series all in all.
I guess so.
If I'm surprised, but kudos to the Knicks. The Knicks are finally getting to the second round after feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
So it might actually make it to the second round. So close to the Knicks. Close to the Knicks.
Yeah, I want to add on top of it too. I just feel like the Knicks are playing with much more heart than the Cavaliers are. Like you know that's something that you could like see. Yes, the Cavs are
Yeah.
trying, but I don't know.
I don't think anyone expected the Knicks. I mean, granted, it's the Knicks. They've been better the last 2-3 seasons, but no one expects the expectations for the Knicks are so low, in my opinion. Like no one. Jalen Brunson coming over
All right,
was like
cool. Yeah, like all right, cool. That easy.
a
Yeah,
horse
yeah,
trick. Like
yeah,
okay, let's see what happens
yeah,
here. When you got Donovan Mitchell coming across to the Cavs, like okay,
yeah.
this is gonna be something special to watch. So I feel all the expectation was on Cavs, and they felt they're coming to the pressure. Maybe Evan Mobley. I'm surprised with him. He's not going to be playing well. Darius Garland.
Well,
I think he turned up in the fourth quarter of the last game, but before that he was struggling.
yeah.
But he really came out clutch in the fourth quarter. But not enough.
Well, I think with Evan Mobley, I think it's more of a factor that he needs to provide. He needs to do more. I can't say that he's playing bad, but he's not. He needs to be able to step up a little bit more, contribute some.
He's not impactful.
Impactful.
He's not
Yeah,
as
yeah.
impactful
I
as he
think that's the
should
best
be.
way to put it.
So and the playoffs, most players or the best players already elevate their game in the playoffs. He's not elevated his game as yet. Who knows? Maybe game 5, he may turn up and get the win, and then take each game at a time. I mean, the series is not over yet. I don't want the Knicks to start really over rejoicing and planning for the next team, but they got to take care of business. But
Yeah.
if Cavs get the win, it's going to be an interesting game 6.
Yeah,
So
and we all predicted it to go 7, so I won't be surprised if Cavs
yeah,
get the win and it goes back to the Knicks. I think maybe if it goes back to the Knicks, the Knicks wins in 6. Really and truthfully, how the series is playing out right now, and primarily because it doesn't look like the Cavs can handle the pressure of the Knicks' intensity and the crowd's intensity as well. I could see because that crowd would be
yeah,
rocking.
agreed.
So with all that said, do you guys think then that maybe Cavs might have a reason to go hard in this next game just to like get
Well, they
Cavs
have
out?
Yeah, they don't have a
They have
choice.
to.
Is
They have
if
no
they
doubt.
don't go
It's
hard,
do or
they
die.
go
It's do or
home.
die. I mean, I wanna. This game is
Sorry,
playing at
I
Cavs,
meant
right?
Knicks. Sorry, I meant Knicks. Like
We met Knicks. Okay.
Knicks have, yeah. Sorry, I actually meant Knicks. Like because they're up 3-1. Do you think that they should go hard and just get Cavs out of there as quick as possible? Do you think
I
that
think
that's going through their mind, or do you think, like Hakim said, they might be playing it a little bit lackadaisical, thinking that they got it already?
I think both teams are gonna go playing hard. At the end, is a closeout game. However you look at it, the Knicks, they know they have a safety net any day. And but if it's in their best interest to, I'm not sure who they have to play next in the brackets, but it's in their best interest to. Let me check. So who they
I
actually
can,
got
I
playing
can
in
check.
bracket? They would have.
I can look for you.
Okay. So yeah, so they it's in their best interest to play and beat the Cavaliers, and so they have some rest. They have an extended rest. Hopefully, they don't have to play the 76ers, so they get some get some rest. So
They
they
got
should
play
really
the
play
winner
like
of
a.
the Bucks Heat matchup.
So this is perfect. If they could win this game, that Bucks game is not gonna go. That's probably gonna go 7 games, probably 6 games minimum.
Yeah, Giannis back
Because
today.
Giannis back as so I expect that tight to shift to the Bucks. So
Yeah.
if it was the Knicks, try to win this game, get the rest your players, and then rest up for Bucks or Heat.
Yeah, get that time to study how you're going to attack
Exactly.
your game
Recuperate.
plan for the next team.
Exactly.
For sure. But then there's the thing where they don't know who's going to come out on top, right? They don't know who they're going to play, so they really can't plan that early in any case.
Contingent planning.
Exactly.
They can do dual planning.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
plan for both. Plan for both.
Well, hey, I hope it works out for them though. For my prediction say anyway. 76ers and Nets. I had Nets to at least get 1, a stretch 2. It was a sweep. A janitor's delight.
Bring the broom.
Like
I should have bring my broom.
I got dust.
Clean up on L4. Clean up on L4.
Like I actually thought that they had it in them. Did you guys see any glimpse of Hope and Nets actually getting at least 1 game in this
Yes, I
series
did.
and they let it slip?
Yes, I did. I think it was game about two of the 4 games. They were up at halftime on the Sixers. I think there was one the second game of the Sixers. They were up in the fourth quarter, and the Sixers just went on a run and just closed it right out. So they have had chances, but they just couldn't close them out. Truthfully speaking.
Lack of stars, maybe the
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
I feel as that they haven't had enough time to play together. I think they're still a relatively new team. I mean, the team was legit flipped upside down like it was January, February.
Yeah, January,
So I
February. So,
mean, they're still relatively new. A lot of new players. I just think they need some more time to gel. I don't think Dinwiddie has played well this playoff season series at all. But they just got to go by the
and
drawing board, you know.
and Mikael Bridges kind of you know tethered off of the stunning performances he
He
was
was
having
playing
during the
in the
regular
regular season.
season. He did
Uh,
have some good games, but he, if he's the only real, I could say, star on the team, and he would
Yeah,
need to like be averaging maybe 30 for them to even have a chance, really and truly. So
and then Cam Johnson obviously
yeah,
couldn't just that firepower that
yeah,
was needed either.
exactly, exactly. And we gotta say also as well, Joel Embiid didn't even have a good series on top of all this. So
That's sad.
yeah,
Like
he didn't even
that's
play
very sad.
last. He didn't play last game. That's how
nah, he
bad it
didn't.
was,
So
and they still won pretty convincingly.
So shout out to the
So
Sixers for having a pretty deep team, a deeper team than well, I would have thought I would say, um, but they had guys that step up. Tobias Harris was the MVP of the
What is
series.
there's only certain, I guess, teams that they could afford to lose and beat on, and I guess this was the team
Exactly. I just told
coming
you,
up
I
to the
wanted to
Nets.
play the Heat so bad. I wanted to play the Heat in the first one so bad, but it
Yeah,
didn't work out. So
yeah, the
they
season
catch a
play.
break getting a team that is worse than their record suggests. I would say. So
That's true.
they
Because
got to play Boston Nets.
yeah.
That's pure fire right there.
Well, hey, we
that's
can't go to the
well,
Hawks. Who knows?
Hey. uh,
we don't have to go there. I don't even think
I
that we
thought
need to talk about them.
we still have Nets after the break.
But hey, Hawks at least do a little bit better
They
than
did get game.
the Nets.
They
So
did get a game. So
hey, I guess worth mentioning to some extent. People's look, that's just a little taste of what we got to discuss, people. We got some more NBA talk coming up soon. So stay tuned. We will be back in a jiffy, in a snap. So don't go anywhere. Astro World, we back again to talk. I told you don't go anywhere, peoples. We in it. Lakers, Grizzlies, Hakeem. I want to start with one series because I know that this is your team. This is your series. You guys really had a tough time getting into position throughout the regular season, and then you decided to make some changes to your team, brought in some people, and with your expertise, you've been able to make the team that you wanted. And you guys finally, I guess, got a good seed, and you end up playing Grizzlies. Talk to me about how you first feel to be in this position as a general manager, and like what you expect from your team moving forward.
Okay, so starting from game 2, it was disappointing how we came out. We came out quite flat. I felt like we already know what we're gonna get from Braun. I will say I'll be objective here. I will say Braun's gonna be playing the most outstanding series, but we're working our way up. As we progress through the whole season. But Braun has been contributing for 20 points per game roughly, but it's not been as impactful as we've grown accustomed to see. AD has been the team has gone with AD to the Saints. AD came out flat in game 2, we lost game 2. AD came out aggressive in game 3, we won game 3 handsomely, right? So AD's been playing outstanding. Him addition obviously with Rui's been playing.
He's being MVP.
Phenomenal. He's been phenomenal for me. He's been playing way above his regular season averages. So he's been playing well. We've grown accustomed to see what we can expect from Austin Reeves. D'Angelo chipped in a bit in the last game. But you see that last game? 35-9. 35 points for Lakers.
I was screaming, dog.
In the first quarter. When I saw that, I'm like, is this Dylan Brooks' fault? I was like, the Lakers can't rally around LeBron. I was like, let's do it for Braun. So I just I felt like the game was over in the first quarter. The second half was still dominant. Second quarter was still dominant for Lakers. Third quarter, Lakers started to lose a bit of the lead, but really and truly it was in cruise control. And it was no real doubt that Lakers gonna lose that game, even with Ja going off in the fourth quarter. They call those empty calories. That was.
I call that irrational confidence. How you mean there's no doubt? We seen this Laker team been very inconsistent for a lot of this season, even with the change in personnel. But come on,
this playoff mode.
Playoff mode, they almost lose that game. Hakeem,
we talking about have a lead that big, the biggest lead in the first quarter in NBA history. You won't lose in that game. You don't lose. That's cruise control. They took the foot. Yes, they took the foot off the pedal a bit to make it look interesting.
Sure.
And then they put the foot back on the gas as needed.
You should say
sure.
You can't say that. They end up not losing it. They shouldn't have lose that game, but they could have lose that game. Will you feel like if there was a great team, do you feel that it should ever be in consideration if you up almost 30 points in the first quarter and you almost lose a game? Like, hear how that sound. Record-breaking first quarter for beating an opponent.
Cruise control.
That's like first quarter's luck to me. That's what it sounds like.
Cruise control.
You feel like the Lakers got anything for cruise control? How can you tell me? That's what you're
trying to get. They did it last game. No, tonight we didn't see what happened tonight. So, and Dylan Brooks got ejected too. I mean, that obviously made a difference to the team as well too.
Probably how the Grizzlies.
He's been playing. He was actually playing a lot of trash. I'm not gonna lie. He was short. I forgot. I didn't realize he was a Mason. I didn't realize he did Mason as a side hustle. Because he was laying a lot of bricks.
He was.
But his defense wasn't too bad. But Braun talked to him early in the before the game started. Say, yo, brother, just cool yourself with that kind of talk. Make sure you're going on right now. And he came out to play. I said Braun has been not as impactful as we've grown accustomed to, but he's still contributing and chipping with his points, making the right pass. So I mean, I expect to see him progress and become a little more aggressive as the series progresses. Once we take care of Grizzlies, once we stay focused, AD comes to play. At the end of the day, AD needs to play and stay locked in, both offensively and defensively. If AD doesn't show up, we're in trouble at any day. So once AD can stays focused, and everyone does their part, does their role, and Malik Beasley's not even been shooting anything yet. He's been just doing cardio for the most part. So for time Malik Beasley could get into rhythm, oh Lord, the Grizzlies don't want that smoke. The Grizzlies don't want that smoke at all.
Understood,
Okay.
GM. Understood. For everyone, as a fan of basketball, what are your thoughts? Like, what's the analysis that you bring to this? You've heard the Lakers general manager just now and how he thinks his players is played, what he thinks needs to happen, how he's been putting off, that they nearly lost. We know that that's just for the media, but as an avid basketball watcher, how do you perceive that game in particular that he's been
Yeah,
trying to put off and the series on the whole?
I think he's done plenty fat that John Morant scored 40 something points in that game after starting after the team started 35-9 after the
Mhm.
first quarter, lost the game by 11 points. If the Celtics got that lead against the Hawks, you feel that the Celtics were winning by 10 or 5 or 6. Celtics winning by 20 something. If
You think you
if the
think
Sixers
the
got
Hawks
that
would
lead on the Nets,
the Hawks would have probably pulled their players and called that game. Grizzlies didn't pull their players. That's the only
because they
difference.
got no big in the first part of the thing. In that second quarter, they made up a lot of ground. They were down like 13 or 15 at the end of the second quarter. When going in the third, they end up down probably to the I think it was about 10. They got as close as 10. Like they erased a humongous
And then they
deficit. So
lost
I
by
don't.
6, I think.
No, they lost by 10.
Oh,
Um,
lost by 10.
yeah,
Okay.
but they erased a humongous deficit almost to single digits. I think they did get it to single digits at one point. So if I was you, I would be scared. I would be scared that the Lakers had such an exceptional start and almost lost the game be, by John Morant carving up the defense like his cooked food. Because I don't understand. You gotta be scared going into this game tonight. You gotta
Like
be.
it's chunk tuna
It's a new
and
game,
soy oil.
new game plan. What happened in game two doesn't it no longer matters. Fresh
But it's the
start,
same team,
fresh
general
start.
manager. Is the same team.
Same, same team, but I don't expect Malik Beasley to go run doing cardio again. I know I expect LeBron to be a little more aggressive. Hopefully, maybe make some more threes. He was not been great at the 3 point line. I'll be honest. You know, hopefully
But my
D'Angelo
thing
could
is,
pick.
when has LeBron ever been great at the 3 point line? There's that as well.
He's had his games where he's
Moments,
great moments,
moments. But
but
he's
he's
not a three
not.
point shooter like that.
Or at least the threes that he makes is more impactful. I feel like he's hitting threes some days when it's just it's not a clutch three. So and he's been shooting a lot. This, but granted, he's saving himself. The man is still 30 years old. He's not going to be driven to the basket as much, but he has to pick his battles. Once he gets his team involved, that's the most important thing. This is just the first round, So it's really how AD comes. If AD comes to play and plays aggressive, no problems here
Yeah, I think
at
that's your
all.
key for the end of the day. As you
Yeah,
said, this
AD.
team goes where AD goes. If AD is underperforming, this team will lose. This is the one game that they underperform and they weren't able to lose because of that. I could say outlier of a first quarter. Um,
Yeah. A hot start.
yeah. If
Because
that
he's
was a
just
regular
stalled.
game,
No.
That's
yeah.
all.
If that was a regular game, they lose that 100% of the time. If AD gave the performance that he did, but they didn't. They're in control of the series right now. They're in control of their
And
destiny.
a
They
great
could
great
come
position
tonight
right
and
now,
make it into 3-1 and
3-1,
put the pressure on
and
the
that and that
Grizzlies
and, that,
going
and
back
that's
at them.
just about a done deal. And that's just about a done deal.
Just a,
So
Just
so so
about.
so
Just
general
about.
manager of
LeBron might got
I've
something
heard
else
you
to say with that.
mention.
He probably thought 3-1 was a done deal. Well, I mean, he couldn't have thought it, but a lot of people probably thought 3-1 was a done deal in that NBA Finals, and what did he do? So I don't know about 3-1 being a done
Yeah,
deal.
but LeBron was on the team that won. LeBron, there's no way Ja doing that to LeBron's team. Come
I
on,
just
man.
saying that it's possible for any team, regardless of whether it's LeBron or LeBron less.
I agree. It's possible for any team, but it's just about a done deal. There's no way a Lakers losing from 3-1 down. No way.
We hear it here. Hakim is
You heard it here
stating that
first.
there's no way
Put
that
it,
the Lakers
put
are
it,
losing 3-1
put
though.
it.
I don't
We
understand.
Barring,
We
got a
have such.
clause.
barring
We have a
any
clause that
injuries,
says
barring any injuries to LeBron or AD, There's no way you're losing from 3-1.
Oh my
We have a
goodness.
clause, peoples, that say at any point during the stream, someone says something that we want to hold them accountable for, we gonna put it
We
down.
can write
So
that down.
this is one of them times.
Mark it.
If Grizzlies ever beat Lakers, oh
Hey,
my
hey.
god,
From 3-1.
this is going to be one of Astro Bros' best stream moments in
It's
history.
from 3-1 down.
This will be clipped. This will be clipped. And I hope it happened. I just hope it happened. But general
confidence-
manager, last
Yeah.
Yeah, go
confidence,
ahead.
The confidence is irrational to me because I get the Lakers team have been better, but I don't think that I could have that much confidence in them to say if they get 3-1 up, they probably won't lose the series. I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In my pit.
They are playing home right now against the Grizzlies. This is the perfect atmosphere. Once they come out to play and they don't get a relaxed setting, they have this. This is the most pivot. They have to treat this game like a game 7 right now. Once they win this game, I said it's just about that. It's just about that.
I don't have that confidence in the Lakers, but I could see where you would. That's okay. That's all right.
general manager, I have one more question for you, sir. You've mentioned Malik Beasley a whole lot and about his time on court just being, I guess, a couple of cardio runs. Have you spoken to him and were you able to get him up to speed with what you expect out of him when he touches the court?
Tonight.
I told him. I told him Beasley. Get some buckets, no man. Just make a couple. Just make a couple. We just want about 3. We can level 3 or 4, preferably in the fourth quarter. That'd be ideal. When Braun when they come to double team Braun or double team AD, we make that pass to you. Just swish. That's all we asking. Just 3 or 4, and we can live. Off the bench, steady points. And he said that he's been training, so I told him try harder.
Are you willing to bench him if you see that the same trend continues?
We're gonna definitely need him. We're gonna need it. We need him. Shooters keep shooting. That's the model of a shooter. Of a good shooter, shooters keep shooting. So we need him to stay aggressive, keep shooting, still putting threes. If he misses, it's okay. I mean, he will eventually when we need him to fall, it will fall. So just stay mentally locked in, stay focused, keep getting up shots, and destiny will work out.
I think that's what you guys told Russell Westbrook early in the season and still ended up shooting him. But hey, it is what it is.
He's been balling, dropping 37 points.
But we are not on the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it takes a while for these changes to actually take effect.
I think it's misguidance. I think it's misguidance from the general manager.
It's like we planted the seed, and now the Clippers are reaping the fruit.
I see you.
Fair enough. Any other remarks from the fan base of NBA? Everyone?
I think that that's the echo off of this whole conversation about Malik Beasley. I think the Lakers had their outlier game because it's going to be that game where some of your role players have an exceptional performance. That was game 1. AD got to come to play tonight. LeBron got to come to play tonight. This is not a role player. Yes, role players will make contributions. And it would be lovely if Malik Beasley could. But right now, from this point on out, is AD and LeBron. They will be the catalyst for the Lakers' success.
Yes, sir.
Word. Suns and Clippers. Kawhi not being that guy that a lot of people thought he could be. So
we talk about load management.
Talk to me.
We talk about load management because oh yeah, this is the time for he to shine. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Load management still injured. Can't play the damn series.
I think this man is fragile. I don't know what to say. He has more than injury.
Right now he got more AD than AD. Right now,
I was going to say that he's kind of worse than AD because AD don't even do load management.
Yeah.
And Kawhi probably ain't play as much games as AD.
It's true.
And probably injured just as often. Mm-hmm. So something ain't happening. Yeah. This load management regimen ain't working out at all.
But I mean, obviously you can't predict injury, so there's that.
That's
There could be
true.
something new that
But
comes out that
hey,
he wasn't managing before. So now it's
But
something
it's
else to manage.
another, but another knee
don't
injury.
encourage you,
But
right?
yeah, no, I think it's a re-aggravation of whatever the issue was that he was dealing with before. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so as you said, this little management ain't managing because he's still injured, he's still out. But enough about the Clippers. We know Kawhi is out. Let's talk about Devin Booker. Devin Booker is playing some exceptional
Devin
basketball.
Booker, the cooker.
Right now, he is
Yes,
probably
sir.
the top performer throughout the playoffs for this first round, averaging 34 points per game and playing exceptional defense. I never thought I would see the day that Devin Booker putting so much heart on the defensive side, getting blocks, getting steals. He just all over the place to me, and he has been the I don't know what to say. It is on most teams there's that guy that comes off the bench that's kind of like the spark plug. Devin
Yeah.
Booker has been the spark plug. Period. Like, oh my goodness. Well, not to overshadow Torrey Craig. I don't know. He is playing out of his mind. He's having an outlier series. I don't know. All of a sudden, he's averaging like 15 points a game from like 9 points or something like that. That's crazy. But Devin Booker
Yeah.
has been cooking these boys. So it's good to see him performing to the best of his ability, especially in the playoffs. He looks hungry for more postseason success. So I don't have any doubt that the Suns on the box of Booker will go ahead and close out this series come tomorrow. I think they play. So a lot of
You
fun for
know,
everybody from Book, and we see what Kevin Durant can contribute in the next series. Not counting him out of this series because he still got more games to play. But I see the Suns as winners already of this series.
it is,
I could see that.
if I'm not mistaken, sorry, I,
Let me hear
I'm
this.
caught in between, I'm caught in between two minds, right? Because part of me wants to say it's a wrap. When it's 3-1,
Hmm.
it's typically a wrap. But the common denominator in this series and the NBA 2016 Finals series where LeBron came back is that Ty Lue was the coach. Ty Lue's the coach of the Clippers. Anything is possible with Ty Lue. Ty Lue knows how to get the best out of his players. Now, the problem is, I would have said it's possible if the Kawhi and Paul George were there. But without Paul George and Kawhi, Russ has been playing phenomenal. He's gotten Russ to play at this level in a very long time. I've not seen Russ play like since the OKC days.
I can tell you why
But
that happening, Hakeem.
he's the number one player. He's the number one man on the
Correct.
team right
The
now.
number one option, 30%
But
usage
when,
rate for the
no,
series.
but it's more than just that because when he was at Lakers and he had his opportunity to be the number one man, he didn't play like this. So he's been efficient as well. So he's been highly efficient.
Because probably
So
he wasn't told that he could be number one man. He probably had to
nah,
play
but
some background
but
role.
But there were still times the Lakers when because AD was out and LeBron was out. He was the only star left back. He was that
But
number one
then,
option for
but
a
there's
stretch of play.
but the problem with that no Hakim is roster construction. The players that you have around him, I feel like the team that he has around him at the Clippers is far better suited for him than the team that he had around him at the Lakers. They were there for many
That
shooting
mm,
when LeBron and AD were out. How he supposed to get something out of Russell Westbrook is also one of those players that trades from players that are able to space the floor so he can get to the basket. It's like LeBron as well. So how you expect to get something out of Russell Westbrook when the team at that time didn't even have any shooting on it? That's difficult.
no, that I agree. That's one aspect to right, but you cannot downplay the quality of the coach. It has at the end
Yeah,
of
I
the day,
agree
Taylor's
too.
been able to get.
That's part of it as
He's been
well.
able to get. He's been able to get match out to a lot of his players. Players, for instance, you had Richard Jackson. Any player he gets, he's able to produce and go to them. But back to Devin Booker, I feel like the main reason Devin Booker's been eating and scoring at a high clip is one reason alone. That is because KD is on his team. KD being on the Suns is going to automatically attract the best defender from the opposing team, and you have to double team KD at times too. It's just KD is that guy, Kevin Durant.
I
You know
got
who he
I
is.
got pushed back on that
So
because
when you best defender on KD, it leaves but really second or third best defender, and a man can score as capable of scoring 70 points. He's gonna go off. He's gonna go off. In the series before then, last season, he was the main guy. but he has freedom now. So I mean, there's no. I expect Booker. He should go off. He
Arguably,
should.
arguably, Russell Westbrook has been the best defender for the Clippers team, and he's been on Booker most of the time. I sure if you watch the games, you can't deny that Westbrook has elevated his defensive play for this series and been making exceptional plays, especially on Devin Booker as well. Even though he's been eating them up,
He's been
Westbrook has
doing
been
both.
guarding.
He's been guarding. He's been
Yes,
guarding.
Westbrook has been
You're right.
guarding um, um, Booker for the series. He's been doing a great job. And I can say he's been the best defender on the team for the Clippers as well. So really and truly, Devin Booker's still getting the best defender on the opposing team. If you really look at it, if you take into consideration his Westbrook's performance.
But the best defense is a 6'3" man.
Hey, hey, he's doing a good job on Booker. At the end of the day, isn't he? Good enough. Nobody else can stop Booker on the Clippers team. Who's all right? If it's not
Booker
Westbrook,
scored 45 points.
all right. Who all right? Who is it? Who's the best defender on the Clippers team? Removing Westbrook from the equation, who's the next best defender? I can't even think about the person. Truthfully, not Norman Powell, Terrence Mann maybe, Nick Batum
Zubac.
maybe, Zubac the center. Who he guard? He guarded DeAndre Ayton. Uh, I can't think about anybody else. Really and truly, like Marcus Morris started playing last game. Who right now? I gotta say that
Could be
Westbrook
Terrence
has been.
man.
Yeah, that's the only person I could really mention. Terrence Mann maybe, but Westbrook has been the best defender on their team. Really and truthfully speaking, I don't think those words would. I would have never thought those words would have been coming out of my mouth heading into this postseason, but they are, and that's a fact. And he's been guarding Booker most of the time. So what? Trying to put it
It's
the
bare
monster.
shoulders.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I don't think that anybody will be able to stop Booker for this series else other than himself. Really and truly. Norman Powell,
Hey,
Terrence Mann, Russell
the
Westbrook.
man shooting. If the
So the
man
first
shooting,
game, the game, if I'm not mistaken, who won the first game? It was Clippers that won the first game, right? Or was
Yes, they did. Wait, five.
and that's when they have a different. That's when they alluded the various defensive schemes to offset Kevin Durant, offset Booker.
Yeah, which
I mean,
was cool, but Kawhi was in the game. You gotta remember that Kawhi had 38. You gotta remember that as
Kawhi
well.
was in the game.
yeah,
That's right. That's right. And
and they
he's
lost,
not
and they
much of
won
a
by only
defender.
5.
hmm
So hey,
But I just think that I'm glad to see Westbrook having the time of his life, having a flashback to his dominant years in
OKC
yeah
days.
OKC days.
Yeah,
So good for him, but they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. Kawhi is out. I don't I don't see him coming back for
Yeah,
the rest of the series, truthfully. So um,
they got a
he's done.
sniper and an assault man on the floor.
hmm
So
If they could get back Paul
and then
George,
a
then
tactician.
but no, Paul George already out of the first series already. He already get
yeah, if
they.
I mean, if he was someone magically cleared, some of these guys come out early.
Magically.
When the playoff is
The
like
only
lying,
person
if
that's
you come out
magically
early,
cleared is Giannis. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody else magically cleared.
I don't know. I don't know he's beaten. But
when they he's saying
The
that
mochos
him is
only work
supposed
on
to
certain
be,
people.
that's all I can tell you.
Warriors and Kings. That matchup that a lot of people have been waiting for, a lot of people that have been excited for, and the scoreline has not disappointed. We
hmm
had Kings putting pepper in Golden State Warriors, and as usual, people coming out giving Golden State a lot of heat. We've seen how physical the Kings got with Golden State. We've seen how tough it was. Draymond Green getting caught up in the whole situation, getting flagrant twos and all that. And then, as always, the real shorter steps in. Your boy Steph Curry does damage and equalize the series. Talk to your boy Rayvon about this series, how exciting it is, and where you see it going from here.
Gotta give Hakeem props for calling it the best series of the first round. Uh, my goodness, I was a little bit. I know my prediction is the Golden State Warriors to win this series. Steph Curry as the MVP, but I truly was a little bit disappointed yesterday seeing Harrison Barnes
the
for
defense,
for for relatively
uh,
I would say a relatively open shot and break to win the game. That was sad because I felt like the Sacramento Kings really stood there and fought for the entirety, and the Warriors were trying to give away the game too with a bunch of turnovers, a stupid challenge, and then they had no timeouts left. Then Steph Curry was calling
Hmm.
timeouts. It was a whole mess at the end. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry
I
that
can't. I can't believe they actually
yeah,
won that game.
yeah. Truthfully, I thought the Sacramento Kings would have found a way to steal it, and they should have, but it didn't work out that way. And I'm also glad because we get a longer series as well. So I ain't really
Yeah.
bothered.
Yeah,
I ain't
it's
really,
like
I ain't really
the
bothered.
same
But
way.
uh, De'Aaron Fox was absolutely cooking these boys throughout most of the first quarter, the first half and a quarter of this game. Um, Pretty much the whole game. Let me just say that straight. He was just cooking them.
Hmm.
But I felt as though he ran out of gas coming on to the end because he had to do so much through most of the game to keep them in the game. Uh,
Yeah.
Steph was Steph. I hit him for some ridiculous shots as usual, but he did a lot of dumb stuff at the end. I don't know why, but it
I
happened.
hope that 2K actually, incorporates that into the game because I be playing that
The
boy.
glitching.
Yeah, bro. I Steph got missed sometimes.
Hey man, but I would also want to shout out to Keegan Murray, rookie sensation I would say for the Kings. He had some
Hitting some
terrible
Hmm.
threes.
games. Yeah, he had the terrible games to start the series, but found some confidence in this one and was the second best scorer in the Sacramento Kings team. So shout out to him. Just a little by the way, but. I think the Warriors just had an all-around solid performance, good contributions from all their players. Draymond actually came out and tried to score. It wasn't pretty, but it happened. He ended up with like 12 points or something like that. It was just a steady performance I could say from the Warriors until the end, but they did what they were supposed to do. They played pretty okay defense. I would say Draymond was the catalyst for the defensive starts coming on to the end where he thought the Kings would have been able to, get the edge on them. He played
Yeah.
exceptional defense on. There was a play where Sabonis was coming on a fast break, and he literally just took the ball from Sabonis, and these same dying seconds of the game that would have put up the Kings. So some
Yeah.
big defensive plays to close out the game for Draymond. The Warriors take it to game five back at Sacramento.
Where they
You
will
know, like
lose the first game for sure.
I know, man.
Hey,
I kind of low
hey,
key wanted to win now to a certain extent because I just feel like they've been playing so
for
well.
the hype.
The three seed. Um, I probably should have put him on my prediction, but yeah,
Hmm.
I have more faith in the Warriors continuity and resume. I would say.
and yeah, and
Yeah.
they're veterans. You know,
Hmm.
they're the amount of veterans. They've been there before. They're
Yeah.
pedigree.
Yeah.
You know, for me, like watching this game, right? I was at the edge of my seat last night as I watched this game, and I'm like, oh my god, Sacramento Kings are going to pull it off. They're going to win this game. They're going to go up 3-1 and totally mess up my prediction. But who cares? They're going to win the series.
Yeah.
They shot the free throw. They got the three. Steph made a huge blunder. That's like GR-esque right
Yeah.
there.
It's true.
I know he's thinking. De'Aaron Fox had the ball in his hand to get the bucket. One on one. Just go get it. Just go beat
Yeah.
Steph. Pull up for mid range. Pull up for three.
From
Get a shot. Anything. And he can execute. I can't believe it. With
Yeah.
10 seconds left, but he can execute and then give Harrison Barnes a shot. I said, okay, that's not bad. That's fair. That's fair. It was the right play, you know. And then he bricked it. It was a lot of pressure. I mean, it was a lot of pressure on Harrison Barnes.
The
But I was
cadence
so
on that phrase was so clean,
that's
bro.
perfect.
like,
Perfect.
like I was so deflated. Like I was like, no, I was like, no way. I was like, this can't be real. You know, I felt like the Warriors gave Sacramento Kings numerous opportunities to seize the game. Kudos. I expect the Warriors to come up as play a hell of a game, which they did. But Sacramento Kings are just so poised. They're just they don't get flustered for the most part. They're playing exceptionally well. And they're still a very young team, and this is their first. For many of these players, this is their first playoff series, and they're playing so well. Mike Brown is just doing a phenomenal job of coaching these players and making sure the moment's not too big for them. I they come on to the fourth quarter, they did make some, you know, Fox was playing outstanding like we expected, but Kings as a unit, Sabonis play soft, man. Like, I don't know, like the man just play soft. Like, you got to play more aggressive and like really big. Play a little more aggressive, play a little more physical, dominant. What's his name now? Green. Flats in front of you while you're in the ground. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. But all in all, great series so far. It's 2-all. You know, I did pick the win on 7. I don't know if it's to change my bet. I want Sacramento Kings to win this series now.
Same.
It happens. It happens.
The Kings are playing some exciting basketball. I mean, I feel like I've not watched them much this season because at the end of the day, it's the Kings. You know, like the Kings are bad. We know this, but it's the Kings. But I think the Kings have proven that they're ready to play in the big boy pool, and hopefully, you know, want to go 7 games and anything happens. But we saw it goes. They gotta win the next game though. They have to. They don't win. If they don't win game 5, it's over. If they don't win game 5, it's just about over. They're not coming back to the Warriors arena and winning game 6 if they've lost game 5 at home. That's just about it. The Warriors 2 season, they're not gonna let that happen. I'd be surprised. So they gotta win this game. They gotta go back to the Warriors 3-2.
A quick question and a quick answer from you, Hakeem. If Lakers somehow but Kings ever, what do you think will happen in a 7-game series?
Warriors and Kings?
Yeah. No. Lakers and Kings.
Lakers and Kings.
Be honest. Not what you want. Like from a
objective standpoint, Hakeem.
Like,
objective.
Like honest.
I think
I'm bringing feelings into this.
I think once we're not going to be able to stop the Aaron Fox. That's just about it. But we're going to expect him to go for maybe 20, 30 points. Once we can neutralize all the other players, which I think we have the players to do it, I think we should be able to withstand the Kings. That's objectively speaking. But it's not going to be easy. Probably go to 7 games, maybe 6 for the Kings. But they will get home court advantage. I mean, once we can neutralize their best player, we have a valid chance. There's nobody could stop Fox. Fox is too fast for our players. It's too shifty. He could hit the 3. So we just got.
I think he might injure AD in like first game or 2,
but to be fair, they don't have anyone that can stop AD. They don't have anyone like Sabonis can't hang with AD. So I mean, like realistically speaking, once we neutralize their second and their best player, it's over.
Hey, De'Aaron Fox shifty. He might actually injure AD on offense.
But he's not gonna be. AD's not gonna be guarding him.
Be on defense.
AD's not gonna be guarding him.
Hey, you never know what might happen in a switch play. Things happen, man. Rebon, you want to jump in on this quick, or are you good?
I think that matchup would be good for the Lakers. They should dominate in that one. If the Sacramento Kings do win this series and move on to the second round, and the Lakers do win their series. As you say, as Hakeem said, AD would have cooked food. He would just sit down and if AD could be aggressive and do what he's supposed to do, they should win that series. It's simple. I think that's just a recipe for this whole playoff. AD, do what you're supposed to do, fam. Literally.
And don't get injured.
You can't control that part, but if you play hard and get injured, then fine. But if you end up playing like last game continuously, problems.
Yeah. We don't need to touch on this, but we can do it. Do it for the vein. Celtics versus Hawks. Surprisingly, Hawks got one, but the series going as expected.
Yeah, I quit. Jonathan Murray gets suspended for the next game because he met contact with a referee or something like that. He's a player. He's such a freaky man. I don't know what.
He's sporty.
He call him sporty, but nah, I just don't like he vibe with top boy.
That's a strange move to be fair. I don't know. I didn't read any report in details, but I said he made contact with officials. That's
Yeah.
something that obviously the official have to feel uncomfortable about. Uh, Especially after games. Like obviously that's basically an intimidation threat right there. He's trying to
Yep.
intimidate the officials.
Yep.
So in the future you make calls that are not that go in favor of your team.
Yeah.
That's
So
a red card. Yeah.
Mhm.
big huge red card, red flag.
Mhm.
So
But so
is
Celtics
there
ain't five. That's why. Celtics ain't five. That is what,
the the Hawks wings have been clipped.
for sure.
That's it. That's it.
I get
That's
glad he
it.
got
I'm surprised.
suspended.
I'm surprised they got
Yeah, me
the
too. I
game
so
four.
surprised that they even
I
win
I
that game.
had I had it before. I don't know what Celtics was doing,
I don't know
but
either.
there's no way. There's no way they get past. They get into game six. Hands down.
I would be very surprised, to be honest. I would be absolutely surprised if that happened. But hey, Astro World, when we come back, we got one more thing to talk to you about, one more matchup series, and this is Timberwolves versus Nuggets. Right on, this and you square, this and you
Yeah.
circle, this and you triangle, everything. So when we come back, give it to the Astro World on what you think about this matchup, but not yet. Like I said, when we come back, stay tuned, people. Give it to us, Rayvon. Don't waste time.
May you think they're down and out. They always do something to surprise you. They always do something to surprise you. I'm pretty sure it was last week. I told you this
Oh,
Timberwolves team.
boy.
When you think that when they have the worst performance of all time, they're going to come back in the next game and play
They're
like
gonna bounce back.
they're the NBA champions. So inconsistent is actually very frustrating. So
Yeah,
so
that would
said
be annoying for sure.
so happened. They came back, won the game against the Nuggets last night. That's part of the reason why it's a tired today because that game went into overtime because of their stupidity again. Again. Up 12 with 2 minutes left. Allow the Nuggets to
That's
come back
wild.
to score 12 points. They almost lost that game embarrassingly because Jokic missed a free throw. That's the only reason that it went to overtime. Only reason.
Mhm.
Jokic missed a free throw with 11 or so seconds left in the game. Thank God for Jokic missing. Anthony Edwards had the last play of the time regulation. They had 11 seconds on the clock, as I say. Came up the court, dribble, lost the ball. Ain't even get a chance to actually at least take a shot. Almost give the Nuggets a chance to, if he had more time, to go out on the court and probably score and lose stupidly again. But nonetheless, he went into overtime and Carl Anthony Towns falls out. I I can say I think I said it last week. It's time to trade Carl Anthony Towns for the Timberwolves. He is continuously showing that he is not.
He's not
He's
progressing. He's a
he's
bum.
he is not. He is not. I don't even know. He should not be at the forefront of any team in the playoffs.
To be fair,
Mhm.
I will put. I think I will put. I think Ant Man is your best player. Ant
Yeah,
Man
yeah.
is your
Full stop.
to me he's your to me
He's solidifying
he's
that.
the yeah he's the franchise player to me in my opinion. In my
No,
mind, he's the franchise player.
without a doubt.
In my mind,
No,
yeah.
without a doubt. And he's solidifying that by the minute, especially given how he's performing in these playoffs. So as we know, I did a little stat check. He is second to only Devin Booker with the whole game score
Hmm.
the whole game score statistic. He's only second to
Yeah.
Devin Booker in the playoffs, averaging 30
Really?
something points a game almost 3 steals a game, almost 2 blocks a game, almost 5 rebounds a game, almost 5 assists a game, stuffing at the stat sheet, and only one that's really performing on the Timberwolves team, and willed them to a victory last night. Hit a clutch three to seal the win in overtime. Absolute stones that boy has, because if it was Karl Anthony Towns, he probably would have missed, or even want to take
Yeah.
the shot.
He would have bricked it.
I
Yeah. I just saying this shows you. I hope the Timberwolves know what they need to do during this off season. Trade him for
Yeah.
somebody else. Get like Pascal Siakam or somebody. So instead of him, I feel that he'll be a better fit on the team.
Mm, That's
Um,
interesting.
really and truly, get rid of Karl Anthony Towns because he is a loser.
to me, he's just
I
not.
I
I
just
mean,
being
he's one
honest.
big man. He's one big man that I have seen fold out. He folds out so many times
Yep.
in any given season. It's unbelievable. Like, come on, like
And you don't learn from it. It's like,
and it's simple plays too.
yeah.
You know, like he's not progressing
And it's
at
obvious.
all.
And it's obvious fouls. The last foul that he
Yeah.
got, he clearly shoved your kitchen in the back, and then was like freaking out like, oh my god, how is that? How could you
Yeah,
even call a foul on me? Like it's impossible. Like,
it's
come on, big man. Like, we
he's
can
not
see
very clever.
you.
He's not very clever about it anymore.
Exactly.
And to me, he's for a big man.
Was he ever clever about it?
He likes to shoot way too many threes. I mean,
No, but
granted, that's where
He should
that's
shoot
where.
trees. He should shoot trees
Yeah, he's
because
good
he's
at
really
it.
good at it.
But his post game is not. He doesn't post up at all. Like, he's hardly.
not
He
so.
prefer to. All right. He prefer to shoot threes way more than he post. He's not. He's not a dominant big man. I don't know if you. To me, he is
say
not
that.
a dominant big man.
You could say that he's not dominant big man, but
He's
the
not-
problem with him is this. I don't want to go too much detail into this, Karl Anthony Towns rant, but the problem with him is this. You see Embiid, he gets the ball in the post. Embiid is always able to get position on somebody. Nobody pushes Embiid out to the paint. Karl Anthony Towns, any little man could come and just say, "Oh, let me push you back out to the 3 point lane." He can't ever get a deep positioning in the paint, so he's closer to the basket and don't have to work so far when he get post up situation to get to the basket. He's always letting little guys pushing him out. Aaron Garner should be he bigger than Aaron Garner. Aaron Garner should be pushing him out of the paint or stopping him or giving him so much trouble on offense when he's in the post. So most of the time he does get post ups, but then he either gets double team and turn it over because he always get flustered in that situation. And the teams got right to butt on Carter and how to take Carter Anthony Towns out of the game because it's so easy. It's so easy, and he's making it easier for them as well. So
Yeah, he needs to do some serious work in the off season and try to find
after 8
legit
years,
ways to improve. I feel at this point in time, I think he needs a change of scenery, or he needs to bring a new coach, or it's a new structure to the organization. Because he's
You
just
sent him
not.
to Rockets too.
I mean, that'd be terrible for him, boy. He might as well forget about playing basketball at that point in time. But it's clear that his players are moving on before them because to see Wiggins leave and blossom is amazing. Even Rudy Gobert's been having an impact. Yes, Rudy's with his team now.
Yeah.
But what's left?
But I would say like even in the game itself last night, he left the game and the team looked extremely rejuvenated. Like the man energy just sucks out the life of the team. I don't even think that he realizes it. He left the game, forward out to the game, and that was the best thing that happened to the Timberwolves. The ball kept moving, the ball was zipping around the team, and the guys found offense, good offense. When he was in the game, he's taking long to make a decision on what to do before he just do something. You know what I'm saying? Like all those type of little things, he just negative for the team. And then after the guys win, he's not even really cheering or anything like that because he knows he had a bad game and just got a negative attitude, and it's just disgusting to
Really.
see. So Anthony Edwards save this franchise. Get rid of Karl Anthony Towns. It'll be fun to see Anthony Edwards go and drop a 40-point game and make it a series next game. But I think it might be time to call it a wrap. The Nuggets will probably come out next game and finish it off.
That has been the same for this episode. That's a wrap.
We should have named it that.
Yep.
It's a wrap. But yeah, I agree. I've not. It's one of the series I've not been watching the most. I had no expectations whatsoever for the Timberwolves. I just think that they, as Rayvon said, they have ability. They're more than capable of making it an interesting series. But I think when it comes down to clutch time, making the smart plays, I find one too many times they lapse in judgment, and that's been costing them. And you can see that from the throughout the regular season to the playing tournament to the playoffs right now. So I'm playing against the Nuggets. And Nuggets, a full strength Nuggets team. This is Jamal Murray, Jokic.
Yeah.
This is a strong team. Aaron Gordon's been playing much better. This is a strong team. They're the number one team in the West. So like they had to work cut out for them from the start.
Yeah.
So
I ain't really touch on them, but their shot making has been ridiculous. I can't see the Timberwolves have been playing totally horrid defense. Truthfully, they've been playing pretty decent defense, and then sometimes really good defense, and these guys just making some ridiculous shots. But that's the Nuggets team. They had the second best offense in the league. So they
that's
got
the
one.
game.
Yeah,
Great offense always trumps great defense.
Yeah, true.
So
True.
that is it.
Hey, I appreciate all your guys' input. The series have been exciting, like I said, in some pockets. Very interesting events have been taking place throughout each series, and definitely looking forward to the wraps
Yeah.
and to the ones that are still kind of toss ups. Teams giving us good games to watch during this week. So, peoples, if you have not tuned into any NBA game and are able to, I'm telling you, make sure you're part of it. The series, the first round series is good, and I bet you the second round series is going to be even better with the teams that are going to follow through to the next round. So, with that said, it's been Hostile Bros talking to the hostile world about NBA. And we out, peoples. See you next week.